Hello, Steve White, Triple 89 for Steve Arts 89. Well, it looks like Picard finally did something right. There was an article on Den of Geek about the Twitter post from David Blass, which said, "We honoured Nichelle Nichols and that of the character she created with Uhura with this plaque seen in the premiere of Season 2 of Star Trek Picard. Farewell, Captain Nyota Uhura, you embodied everything that Starfleet stood for." Now, I didn't notice this, but it does appear on screen. It's a picture of the USS Lennon Grace, NCC 2176, and it states that although it was commissioned in 2288, Captain Nyota Uhura captained the vessel from 2301, which was 8 years after Star Trek 6, Then Discover Country, to 2305, basically a 5-year mission, where she was exploring the Magellanic Cloud. I think that's how you say it. And then the ship became a training ship from 2317 to 2333, where she remained captain. And apparently, according to his faster than light certificate, Picard actually served on the same ship in 2327. So about 5 years before she finished captaining the vessel, or it was decommissioned, I'm not sure which came first. Picard served under Uhura, probably on training missions as a cadet, so that's pretty good. John Eves, Doug Drexler, and Michael Okada basically put this together. So that's pretty good, because that technically is canon. It is on screen, and Memory Alpha has it in her history as canon. Now, in Tim Russ directed Of Gods and Men, where Uhura, I think they just stated that she was a captain. At that point, she was retired or an admiral. I can't remember now. I haven't, obviously, it's like, God, it was a long time ago that Of Gods and Men came out as a fan film, a fairly epic fan film. It was like 2 or 3 hours long, and Uhura was fairly prominently featured in it, and it did establish that she was a captain at some point. So this is good. This is establishing that she's canon, and it doesn't make up for the fact that they never cast Uhura in any of the new Treks, or even the later Star Treks, which always upset me and annoyed me, because of course William Shatner was in Generations, Walter Koenig was in Generations, James Doohan was in Generations and Relics, Next Generation episode, George Takei was in Flashback on Voyager, and that's basically everyone. Grace Lee Whiteley also was in there, and of course Majel Barrett played Loraxana Troy. So all of the main cast of Star Trek, the original series, appeared in either the Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager, or one of the movies, except for Nichelle, and that always bugged me. And the rumor that I'd heard was she was supposed to appear in Generations, that they told, apparently, allegedly, supposedly, this is a rumor I heard, they told Whoopi Goldberg that Uhura, Nichelle Nichols, was going to be in Generations, and it was going to be her that would go down to the lower decks or whatever, and help out with the crew of the Lucal or whatever the ship was that everyone beamed over from, the transport, before it was destroyed. And instead of Chekhov meeting Guinan, who was dazed, it was going to be Uhura, and that's why she signed on to do the film, and why she basically did it for scale. And then she arrived on set, and Nichelle wasn't there, and she flew into a rage, and that's why she didn't appear in any of the other Next Generation films until Nemesis, because they had burned her, basically, because they said that Nichelle was going to be in it, and instead she wasn't in it. Because originally they wrote the roles for Leonard Nimoy and DeForest Kelley for Spock and Bones, and when they declined, they just gave the dialogue basically to Scotty and Chekhov. Now, why they couldn't have just written in Uhura as well and had her there? Because George couldn't be there because he was captaining the Excelsior. Maybe she was off captaining a ship herself, but they could have had her in it, and that would have basically had all the original cast appearing. So that always bugged me, and this doesn't quite make up for that, because there was talk that she was going to appear in the JJ film as a relative of Uhura's, but that didn't happen. They should have made the effort. They should have made sure she appeared in an episode, and it always bugs me that she didn't. But this at least establishes her character and her history. We not only got her name, we got what she did after she left the Enterprise in 2293. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I don't know. I'm happy about this. I like it, but it still doesn't make up for the fact that they didn't have her appear in the later shows or movies.